The Ministry of Manipulation and Morons. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard the Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, September the 19th. And my, oh my, what a week it was, and what we got going on here is almost too scary to talk about. But we will talk about it. And man, what a week. And the holidays are over, and maybe we'll get some market action back to somewhat normalcy. In the meantime, this update is brought to you by our friends and new partners for physical metals, and that is the Strategic Wealth Preservation. You want to reach out to them, please feel free to do so. You can go to swpcayman.com/Bubba-trading. That's Sierra Whiskey Papa, Charlie Alpha Yankee, Michael Alpha November.com/Bubba-trading. That's where I do my shopping for physical metal, so check them out. In the meantime, the Ministry of Manipulation and Morons, and boy, we got a lot of that going on as the Federal Reserve continues to try to manipulate markets and manipulate money, all under the guise of it's good for us, and we know that it is not good for us, that the free market system is the only system that works, and since we no longer have free markets, so we're getting less and less, and they still take price discovery. So for all you gold and metals manipulator people, it still takes a buyer and a seller to make a market. Okay, manipulator or not, there's a buyer and a seller. Okay? Otherwise, there is no market. But anyway, so as we look at what's going on, and of course, they refuse to admit inflation. In the meantime, a container from China used to be about $2,000, and that is of shipping goods from China. They are now going for as much as high as $25,000. Now, who do you think is going to pay for that? Do you think that the companies are going to eat the cost of that? Or do you think we, the fortunate consumer, is going to pay for it? Well, you know the answer to that. We, the fortunate consumer, are going to pay for all this inflation that we don't have. And of course, the manipulation of the CPI and the PPI, which are two government reports, gee, shocking that they would be somewhat manipulated. They don't weight the proper cost of goods and services that have the most effect. The biggest effect in the CPI is the cost of a new refrigerator. Now, how often do you buy a new refrigerator or major appliances? How often do you step out and buy that? But you buy gasoline and food almost every day. Okay, but they don't count. They don't have as much weight, nor do many other goods that are. So the numbers that are reported are more of a masking of garbage, okay, which is what we have in this overall view, okay. And of course, we continue to get from our government. Now, again, I am not blaming this on either party. This has been going on basically forever with a 4-year break when President Trump was there. But the masking and the hiding of what is going on has gone on forever. And of course, the manipulation era really started with Greenspan, and it continues to get worse and worse and worse as they continue to print money for a ridiculous stimulus when there are so many jobs out there that are available and bonuses being paid that it's unfathomable that we do know that the party in power now wants to get to UBI, which is universal basic income, which is another moronic idea. But of course, we're being run by morons as we speak, because if you have taken a look at the new tax plan, or tax the rich. Now, the rich pay the majority of the taxes. We have seen the Treasury Department, the Internal Revenue has seen record amounts of tax payments, which come directly from those wicked rich people from the Trump tax cuts that are supplying the Treasury, because over 70% paid no income tax in the last 2 years. But we're getting record revenues in the Treasury. Okay, so you again try to tell me that it doesn't work. Okay, try to tell me that they don't create jobs. Okay, look, everybody's got an opportunity to get rich. Okay, these were not people that were born with it. These are people that built companies up. Okay, that used to be the beauty of being an American. You had a chance to pick yourself up. But of course, with our new administration, they want to strip you. And if you don't think these tax cuts or this new tax plan will not cycle down to the middle class, you're out of your mind. Just, it's going to come down. And look at the new restriction they're talking about, even in what you can hold in your IRAs, your retirement. It's bad enough that they have totally butchered Social Security. It's bad enough that they run an elaborate Ponzi scheme, which has been going on forever, and make no adjustments to it. It's bad enough that they spend all of our money to get reelected to be career politicians, and now they want more. Okay, now, I don't know about you, but I have no interest in giving them any more. Okay, and I think that you're going to see that there's a much bigger problem, because this $3.5 trillion bill, which I don't think is going to pass. In fact, I don't even think the tax plan is going to pass, because I think there's enough moderate Democrats out there. But if all of you on the left, I'm in the center. Okay, I've made it very clear that I don't really support either side, and to me, they're all garbage. But I am a libertarian, and I do like free money. Not free money. I like the free market system. But everybody better think about this when we come to the next election, because you are going to be paying a lot more of your money if this tax plan somehow sneaks through. Okay, so you better reach out to your congressman, your senator, and let them know that you ain't going to support this crap, because this is going to be this is going to take the markets into the toilet. And if you think I'm kidding, just watch. Okay, this is not a scare tactic. This is real. Okay, when they're going to destroy your ability to earn money. Okay, and tax more of what you have. And there's all kinds of things that they're talking about doing, which is going to change the entire dynamics of economy. And of course, you heard our genius in charge talking about all the Nobel laureate economists. Well, let's face one fact. Economists are ignorant. They have no clue. They are still working on a theory on paper. Okay, there is something in this country and in this world and in every human being, or the potential in every human being, known as common sense, which Federal Reserve officials, economists have none. Okay, they do not understand the simple basics of an economy and how it works. They understand how the books explain is how it's supposed to work. But nowhere is it written that you print money into infinity. Nowhere is it written that you don't allow businesses to fail. Okay, that is the system. That is how it works. You build a good company, it succeeds. You build a dog, it fails. Okay, free money is not a part of it. Okay, the stimulus package is ignorant. The new $3.5 trillion spending bill is ignorant. Okay, because it's supposed to be the infrastructure bill, but only $750 billion is going for infrastructure. So the sausage-making kings are at it at their best, trying to once again fleece the American people of their cash. Okay, and now you've got, and if you don't think that there is not a anger and a potential revolutionary war brewing, take a look at what's going on in Australia right now. Okay, in Australia, the protesters are knocking down barricades of lockdown. Okay, they are breaking through police lines. They are organizing in masses. Okay, because they are sick and tired of the lockdown. Now, again, I'm going to tell you right now, in this country, when you start messing with people's money, eventually they are going to stand up and rebel. And I think that we are setting up for a perfect spot here for a rebellion. This tax plan is ridiculous, along with the funny money game that we continue to have played against us, because it has, so far, there has been nothing to benefit the American people. Okay? There has been stimulus, which is not a benefit. It is more of a detriment to many. There has been the no vaccine, now vaccine mandate, okay, on this agenda. Okay, now Newsom, who just won the recall or didn't get kicked out, whatever, Newsom, Pelosi, and Biden were all against vaccinations until it came to an election, and then they changed their tune and mandated it to be so. So think about it, okay? What is their purpose? Well, it is, of course, for political gain, right? Not for you and me, okay, but for political gain, okay? So they changed their stance, and Pfizer basically told them to go stick it, okay, with the booster, and they will give it to the elderly first, but there is not enough evidence or proof, okay, on that the booster even works. I mean, we had this drug rushed to market as it was. So, between all the things that are going on, we have manipulations with morons, and it continues to be devastating to the U.S. economy and to the citizens of the United States, with the addition of the money supply that does not benefit the average American, but torments them. And now you've got, of course, Goldman Sachs talking about a correction. Now, we don't know if they really believe that there's a correction coming, or they are looking for an opportunity to create, some selling so that they can be buyers again. Okay, but it's looking more and more like the markets are getting ready, which we'll cover in our market segment. But we have got all sorts of issues in this country that go unaddressed on a daily basis as we continue to see the fleecing of American dollars by politicians on both sides of the aisle, because the sausage making is done by both parties, just like when we come up to the debt ceiling, which I think is coming shortly, and you will see that everybody hemming and hawing about the increasing of the debt ceiling when they're going to hike it anyways. Okay, so we've got a very, very sad and tough situation happening right now, and hopefully everybody will step up and be counted and go to their congressman, because if we get this tax hike, duck. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. Todd Bubba Horwitz, as always, I thank you for being here. And it is Sunday, September the 19th. We're going to step out of here for a break, and we'll be back with our market report right after the break. So, kids, we've got some brokerage partners. Now, again, I always remind you that I have many brokers, okay? And I don't care where your broker. All I'm trying to do is offer you what I think are the best solutions, especially if you're one of our members. Even if you're not, it's still, I think, the best solutions. But if you are our members, it makes them even better, and that is for futures and commodities is Capital Trading Group, or CTG. It's very simple. Okay, they've got great customer service. They've got great new products. They're the only ones that I've authorized for letter of direction trading of our membership of our products. Okay, and they handle all my accounts. I mean, okay, so that is what I would say, because they do letter of direction trading for me just like they do for my members. So you want to check them out? Very simple. Go to info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, trade here. Okay. I mean, what can I tell you? $10 a month, number one. How can you pass that up? Okay. Number two, we've got their APIs, which allows us to automate. If you're an equity member, it's free. You get your portfolio traded if you choose. And you don't have to. You still get the software updates. Okay. You still get the signals. Okay. And there is a fee for hedging, but hedging is not a membership. It's a class. But it's $10 a month. There is no additional charge. We don't charge more. They don't charge more. Okay. You want to check them out? Go to try.tradier.com/Bubba. That's trytradier.com. try.trader.com/Bubba. I mean, again, I've been with them for years. I think they're great. Okay, and they had great service. So what could I pay? How could I miss? And of course, our family farmers partners, farmers and me, I'll count myself in that group. I don't want to do all the crappy paperwork either. I'd rather have somebody who could guide me in the right direction and put me in touch with people that can take care of it for me, and that is family farmers for farmers. They take care of all the crap work, all the manure work we don't want to do. And that's familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading, familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. And, of course, our commodity report written by Andy Heck. Look, as I tell you daily, if you're not reading this and you're a commodities trader involved, you should go see a shrink or a doctor. You're in trouble because this is by far the most comprehensive using our algorithms and Andy's 40 years of experience. Okay. And, he has traded himself worldwide, physical and off the board. But go to BubbaTrading.com, check it out. It's called Technomental. And, of course, our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba-trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba-trading. Now let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and, of course, our market update. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, September 19th. And, of course, this is our market update. And our market update today will be brought to you by our friends at Tradier Brokerage. Listen, as I tell you, and I just told you a couple minutes ago, I have many brokers, but $10 a month, how can I pass it up? Saves me 5 figures a month of commission. Okay, they've got great customer service. We've got their APIs, which allows us to automate if you choose. You don't have to. It is entirely up to you. I use it. I think it's the greatest feature ever. I don't have to think about it. It works off the percentages that I set up perfectly. So why wouldn't I? But again, you want to check them out? Go to try.trader.com/Bubba. That's try.trader.com/Bubba. In the meantime, the markets are a mess, and it looks like the trend may be a-changing. Okay, now again, I'm not making any official calls. I do see a very big fourth quarter coming, though. I think we're going to see a move in the fourth quarter, 20 to 25%. You can figure out and guess which way I'm thinking, but I don't make predictions. But only one way it can move that much. In the meantime, okay, you've got some nasty action. We saw Friday's triple witching. Now, triple witching, I don't count towards anything. Triple witching expiration is basically a waste of time to think about because there's too many other things going on than what's actually happening in the markets. But the very fact that it's been ugly and starting to drift lower and you add a big sell-off into it, that could mean something. Now, Monday, when we come back to work tomorrow, now they're not going to ring a bell and suddenly we're going to see great volume and great action, but I think we'll start to see a build of better action. And I think, you're in the last 9 days of the quarter, which could create, probably some window dressing towards the end of the month. We'll see. But in the meantime, we're starting to see a little bit of trend changing. And of course, last week, the indexes were all lower. They're not dramatically lower, but they were lower. And we are long 3, short 1. Okay, or we will be short 1 tonight or tomorrow, but we're going to be short the YM, the Dow futures, and we're still going to be long the S&P, the Nasdaq, and the Russell. But I'm sure they're very close to changing as well. Should the selling continue, the metals look just absolutely awful, pathetic, and of course we're short gold and silver. Silver's in danger of breaking through 22 now. Okay, it's in really bad shape. And we would be short platinum, but we don't trade it. But silver is now ready to take out the flash crash lows as well. And gold may not be too far behind. This could get really ugly and nasty, which is uncharacteristic for the environment we have. But that's what markets do. That's how they work. And you can say it's manipulated if you want, but it still takes a buyer to keep it going or sellers to push it down. So in the meantime, we're short gold and silver. The dollar, we are long, and it had an up week. Okay. The bonds and notes pretty much flat for the week. We reversed back to long in the notes, so we're long bonds and notes now. Okay. We never switched in the bond markets. Natural gas spiked up to $5.65 this week, highest it's been in 25 years at this time of year. Okay. Again, this is the time of year we're talking about. But in the meantime, it did come back later. We're still long. But it could, again, it was up to $5.65. I think it closed at $5.05. So we're still over $5 But we are coming into the season. The weather starts to change with storms. There's a whole bunch of stuff that now can create some real big demand. And of course, if you know what's going on in Europe, the prices are on Pluto. And of course, crude oil is on its way to Pluto as well. And of course, thank you, President Biden and staff, for screwing us with your stupid energy policy and trying to force something that couldn't happen, even if you had the money, which you don't, but you want us to pay for it so you guys can all steal it. Great. It's a wonderful thing. In the meantime, we are long oil. Okay. And copper, we're going to be reversing back to short. Copper has been a real pain in the, it's been, when it runs great, but it has been ugly. Now, the reason that is also a problem is, to me, it tells me that there's something is changing. We saw lumber collapse a couple of weeks ago and hold around the 500 level. And we don't trade lumber because it's not liquid, but it is something to be concerned about, because I think it is telling a deeper story. In the meantime, we will be shorting copper either tonight or tomorrow. Let's make sure I'm going to make sure I don't miss anything. I got to think. In the meantime, as we look at Bitcoin was up a little bit last week, and again, it got over 50 and it settled down, came down to 45. It looks pretty good, and I think it's probably going to be in a bigger demand as we move forward, because I think there's a lot of concern out there, and certainly if you're in a communist country trying to get out, you can't walk out with gold bars. You're going to have to walk out with a flash drive. So I think that this space is good. We're long it anyways, in our portfolio models, and will continue to be so until the trend changes. Grains, were short them all. Corn, wheat, and beans, and they were all slightly lower. It wasn't a disaster, but they're all slightly lower. But I think you got more work to do on the downside. If you've watched me on RFD TV, I do think there's more room. I do think there's a great possibility for a big move later. But there looks to be some work to be done before we get there. And unfortunately, because obviously I'd love to be on the same side with the farmers, but I think they're going lower for now, and we're short across the board. And the protein, same thing. Okay. And it's interesting, as I was gearing up as we were along, and I'm going, okay, well, there's some good news coming out, and we've got, football, we've got all kinds of things going on that will create more demand, and people aren't going to change their actual grocery habits, and they're going to start consuming all this food. But it looks like, as usual, everything was pre-priced into the market anyways, and so you're seeing some pretty hefty selling, even though we're seeing millions of people a weekend chow down. Okay, so we're still short corn. Fats, feeders, and hogs. And in the softs, we are still actually long all the softs, and they had all a moderate week. There was nothing major, really much place of anywhere other than silver. Cotton, coffee, cocoa, sugar, and OJ. Either moderate lower, moderately higher. There was no major action, which is, again, it was a holiday week with Yom Kippur. So you've got Goldman Sachs calling for a correction. You've got Bank of America is calling it, Deutsche Bank, and sending out warnings. Just be very careful, okay? And let the price action tell you. Don't follow some report. Price action is king and is the key. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Todd Bubba Ward. We're going to step out of here for a break, and we'll come back with, of course, my commentary. What could be better than my commentary? In the meantime, we'll be back right after the break with Bubba's Bottom Line. Well, kids, as we talk about brokers, I have many brokers, but I do have two that I prefer. I gave you Trader earlier. Now, for futures and commodities, it's the CTG or Capital Trading Group. Look, very simple. Great service. Manage all my accounts. Only ones authorized for left direction. Great new products of their own. Check them out. info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And of course, our metals partner, brand new, couple weeks old, great group, Strategic Wealth Preservation, whatever. That's where I do all my shopping. How's that? Okay. I buy gold, silver, and platinum all the time from them. They store for me or I take delivery. Either way, they are terrific and they are great people and great service. You want to check them out? swpcayman.com/Bubba-Trading. That's Sierra Whiskey Papa, Charlie Alpha Yankee, Michael Alpha November.com/Bubba-Trading. Check them out. And our family farms deal. Look, I love family farms. They are so good and so charitable and really work hard to make the farmer's job easier. And I love when I get to speak for them because they are a terrific organization that will help you out. And if you're a farmer and you're looking for some help, go to familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. That's familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. And of course, our commodity report, technical. What can I tell you? Check it out. That's all I can say. The quarterlies are coming out. It's by far the greatest, most comprehensive commodity report you're ever going to get, with recommendations in it as well. And our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba-trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba-trading. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line and my commentary, of course. And I bet you'll never guess what it's about. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, Football Sunday, the 19th of September. And of course, I'm sure you heard the news of our great friend, AOC, the chief idiot in charge, the American hater, okay, that was at the Met Gala at $35,000 a ticket, wearing a dress that says tax the rich. Okay. Now, again, number one, where did she get the 35 grand to pay for the Met Gala? Okay. Did she take it out of her campaign fund, or where'd she get the dough at? Number one. Number two, what the hell is she doing spending 35 grand? Of course, she got much more than that in advertising dollars, because even I'm talking about it, but it was so ignorant. And unfortunately, she is so uninformed of what really happens, and that the rich pay the bulk of the taxes. Okay. How many times do we have to say that here? The rich pay more than their fair share. Do they pay less than they should? Maybe. But that is not, they're not cheating. Those are the tax laws. Are any of you out there who don't have an accountant that don't try to take deductions wherever you can? I don't believe any American just steps up and pays the total tab. I think we figure out and go to our accountant and say, what can I deduct? Where can I pay less taxes? So to wear an ignorant dress and to go to this party and spend 30 grand or 35 grand, okay. Again, she did get more advertising on it, but it shows you how much she hates America and how much she hates the American system. Okay. The squad, as I said last week, they hate America. So why are they so popular when they truly hate the country that they represent? I should say countries because we know where some of them are from. But why do they hate so much and want to create such a rift, yet alone destroy the American system? It makes absolutely no sense to me. I can't take it. They are worthless as far as I can see. But that is Bubba's Bottom Line. And of course, we got football. I got to talk about some games. We're in season. We're hot. Okay, we had the Redskins on Thursday. We had the Cowboys. Anyways, today there is 3 games that I like. Believe it or not, I like the Bears, which I can't believe I like them. Under 3. If you can lay 2.5, I like the Bears. I like Carolina Panthers plus, and the Minnesota Vikings plus. How about that? Meantime, there's 3 games for you to hang out with, and if you like, and check them out. In the meantime, have a great week, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow with a Bubba's Daily Update. And until then, or until next Sunday, have a great week, everybody. Thanks so much. Bubba's Bottom Line. We'll see you later.